Hello, it's Jennifer Barton, I'm 19, and today I'm going to be explaining what CVS is, some triggers, some treatments for it. So Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome, or CVS, is a disorder that causes recurrent episodes of nausea, vomiting and tiredness. These episodes can last anywhere from an hour to 10 days, and an affected person may vomit several times per hour, potentially leading to a dangerous loss of fluids, also known as dehydration. Additional symptoms can include unusually pale skin, abdominal pain, diarrhea, headaches, fever, and an increased sensitivity to light or sound. So for different people, they may have different triggers. So for some triggers may include emotional stress, certain foods, hot weather or periods, and sleep deprivation. So this is a widely unknown disease, which is fairly rare, and it needs much more research done into it since not many doctors actually know about this disease, so it's very hard to diagnose. It's usually more common in children, but it can happen at any age, and one of the early signs of this disease is migraines during childhood. So I decided to make this video to try to educate people who may not have heard of the disease, since not many people actually know about it, and potentially help someone who may be struggling to find out what they may have, or like a loved one may have. So this could potentially help, and I hope it will help someone. I mean, I hope no one suffers with it, but it could help. And yeah, so I'll explain some things that I have found helpful dealing with CVS, and then I'll also explain my own personal journey with it. So first of all, to be diagnosed, it's a bit of a tricky one, because in most cases they kind of just assume it's a bug going around or something like that, and it's actually not very well diagnosed in children, so it's probably a lot more common than what it seems. So how they diagnose it basically is you need to have had 3 episodes within the past year, and they need to have included many different symptoms, but unfortunately a lot of doctors don't actually know about this disease, so you can tell them the symptoms and they may not know what they mean or what disease they're linked to. So yeah, as I said, some symptoms of it are vomiting for several days or even just several hours, and it usually lasts, I mean for me personally it lasted 10 days, most of them. So it would be vomiting every 30 minutes or so, not being able to eat, not being able to drink or keep fluids down, being sensitive to light and to sound, and just feeling generally quite weak. So yeah, it's quite a hard one to diagnose, since you have to have had it quite a few times as well, and you need to find a specialist. Although if you think that you may have it, you could always talk to your doctor and ask them to do some research about it and see if your symptoms line up with it, or yeah. So yeah, I'm going to explain kind of what I found helpful. So what I have found helpful is, personally, I've been on antidepressants for I think about 1.5 years now, and they have really helped. I'm on quite a low dose, so it's not the same dose they will put for someone who has depression. It's lower. It's just to keep my emotions kind of stable, because it can be triggered, like I said, by emotional stress, but it also can be triggered by being too happy, which is kind of annoying, too stressed, yeah, like I said, just too emotional really. So antidepressants for me helped a lot. I also found that hypnotherapy helps quite a lot with just many different symptoms and anxiety and stuff. Also, which is super important, is keeping hydrated. For me personally, one of my triggers is not being hydrated enough, so keeping hydrated is very important. And also eating well, because for many people they can have triggers like food triggers, which can include chocolate and I want to say cheese, I think. Or eating later on in the evening, which I think is also one of the triggers that I may have. So yeah, it is quite hard to diagnose, but it's not impossible. And yeah, so I hope this video helped people understand what CVS is, how to treat it, maybe some warning signs. Yeah, so I really hope it could have helped someone. I hope no one needs the help, but if someone was looking for some help, then there we go. So feel free to send me a message or anything if you think that you may have this disease, or that someone you may know may have it, maybe suffering from it, or anything to do with anxiety. I know quite a bit about, I don't know quite a bit about it, but I've dealt a lot with anxiety and I kind of know what has worked for me. Many people won't know what it is, many doctors won't know what it is, but my goal with this is to inform the most people possible and to try get the message out, the story out, and to give help, to give hope to people also who may be suffering with this illness, that it doesn't change anything about you, who you are, your values, nothing. It is a silly illness which shouldn't exist, but unfortunately it does, and it does impact the sufferer's life quite a bit, but also it's not a reason to be hard on yourself. There's no reason for that. I've been hard on myself before. It's not your fault. You're the victim in the situation, So yeah, also it honestly hasn't stopped me from doing anything, for accomplishing anything I wanted to. I managed to get my baccalaureate with nearly 16 out of 20, with having missed more than half of my time off school, and with my teacher saying that I will fail, and I did extremely well. If I do say so myself, I did very well and I was very proud of myself. I got into my dream university despite literally everyone telling me I wouldn't be able to. I got into my dream university. I'm now going into second year of university. I've met some of the best people I will ever meet in my life through going to university and through being brave enough to take that step, that leap. And yeah, so don't let this change your life, change what you want to do. It shouldn't change what you want to do. It doesn't change you as a person. If anything, use this as motivation to get back up and to do your best possible. Because yeah, it doesn't define you. You can have the power to decide what it does with you. Because I have said this before and I'll say it again, I am so grateful that I did get this disease, because I would not be where I am today. I would not have fought as hard as I did to get into university without it. Obviously I wouldn't want to have it, but I would not have done anything I've done if I wouldn't have got it. I would not be the person I am today. And yeah, so thank you for watching my video. I hope you learnt something from it. So thank you for watching. I wish everyone all the best, and yeah.